It was a gorgeous day today, and finally, it may have been a little lagging behind, but the cooler, drier air settled in and it felt a whole lot nicer today. Now, temperatures may still not be quite up to that fall-like standard, but that's coming. Right now outside, we're in the 80s and a dew point of only 55 degrees humidity. It is a drier atmosphere, 39%. Winds out of the north-northeast at 6 miles an hour right now. So a gorgeous day and still very nice tomorrow. But as I alluded to, the humidity will be a little bit more on the rise. And our high temperature was a bit closer to our average for this time of year at around 81 degrees. We topped out at 83, but look at our morning low, 61. An average this time of year is 63. And it was chilly on the North Shore. 52 was our morning low at Slidell and 51 degrees at Bogalusa, even some 50s south of the lake at Belle Chase, 58 degrees early this morning. Temperatures outside at the moment are in the 80s with dew points in the 50s, but that is going to change because later tonight we're going to start to see more of a southeasterly and southerly wind, and so dew points are going to be on the rise, and so not quite as cool overnight, and especially by early tomorrow morning with dew points getting back into the 60s. It has more of a damp feel. Again, 60-degree dew points is not 70-degree dew points. That is a more uncomfortable air mass, but after a drier day today, you'll kind of notice the difference. And winds are very light at the moment. Again, later on, we'll start to see more of a wind coming off of the Gulf, which starts to increase the humidity. We're not talking about a surge of tropical moisture or anything like that. We've had just a few passing clouds with otherwise sunny skies, and again, it was a very pretty day. What we're looking forward to is there, or at least I am, this big upper trough. You see that motion in the upper atmosphere. This is our cold front, or at least the air mass that is going to be pushing a cold front on through. And this air mass is associated with some much chillier temperatures. You have to go more up toward the North Pole to really find that cold air. That's not coming south just yet. But give it some time. We'll start to see some of those more deep upper troughs that tap into that cold polar air. That's not this one. That air mass is going to be replacing what ended up being a very warm day across parts of west and central Texas thanks to an upper ridge. This trough, though, will be deepening and push through the front on Friday morning, and with it, more of a fall feel with high temperatures staying in the 70s and morning lows, especially Saturday, in the 40s and 50s. This trough lifts away almost just as fast, so that cool down will be somewhat brief. Then the models, if you remember yesterday, I was talking about models differing on another front moving in by early next week. Well, now the models are in a little bit more agreement. This second upper trough is never going to make it very far south. It gets close, but it looks like a front stalls as an upper ridge kind of takes over. And so I don't think we're going to see that second front move through. The trough will get close and maybe up to our north, a little bit of a cool down, but doesn't look like it's really going to affect us. So we just have to enjoy this front for Friday morning. Now the model is trying to bring in some more clouds. I certainly think we'll see a little bit more cloudiness, but also model trying to bring in a few showers. Maybe we'll squeeze out a 10% chance, but I don't really foresee much in the way of rainfall. The atmosphere is just too dry to really get a whole lot of rain from that front. This is the reason why I don't really like talking about these little areas that are being highlighted, even if the Hurricane Center declares it an invest. This is invest 93. 2 days ago, it had a 30% chance of developing. Yesterday, 20%. Today, 10%. Basically, this is just something that the Hurricane Center is watching, but when they give it the 10% chance, that is almost a death sentence. Now, not this feature, but models are hinting at next week we may be watching something try and develop in the Caribbean. The GFS has been a bit more aggressive. The Euro just starting to pick up on it. Now, the GFS, as I mentioned, far more aggressive with the developing system around Cuba or in the Caribbean. But again, this is the end of next week. Most of the models agree. Anything that tries to form in the Caribbean will get kicked out toward the East Coast and stay out in the Atlantic. So I don't think we're going to be threatened by this system. We're just getting a little too late in the season for really any additional tropical threats. It'll be something to watch, but again, there's nothing there right now. Milder overnight with mostly clear skies, lows in the 50s and 60s. Tomorrow, still a nice day, just a little warmer, a little more humid, a high of around 85 degrees. And then that front moves through. If we see any rainfall, it'll be early in the day, a high of only 75 degrees, breezy. Beautiful day on Saturday, a high of 73. Still very nice, a little warmer on Sunday. And as I mentioned, doesn't look like that front is going to make it. Maybe if it gets close, but I don't think it's going to do anything to our temperatures. Highs will stay in the low to mid 80s through next week.